the good news is something can be done about this. We've got the 4Fs, okay? And I really like this part. These are precursors to reading, okay? The ability to fixate, just like we said before. You have to lock on. You have to fuse the two pictures together. You have to physically focus, like we were talking about before in terms of that camera. What I'd like you to do is I want you to put your palm out, just like this. It doesn't take a lot of energy. Okay? So this is kind of like looking at the board. Now I want you to close your fist, not too hard. This is like looking at my notes, my book. Looking back at the teacher, looking back at my book. Okay, I have to do this hundreds of times in class. Now I want you to clench your fist. Okay? I want you to hold it really, really hard. Okay? Now we're going to do this for 5 seconds. What do you feel? Open your hand now. What do you feel? Why?
It's a lot of your energy.
Exactly. So when somebody has difficulty in physically focusing, either they focus too much, and now I'm looking at the board, but it's hard for me to open, it's hard for me to relax my physical focusing system, it's called the accommodating system, then the board looks blurry. And now I can't copy it off the board. It takes me another second or two, and then I look up close to my notes, and that's blurry. And it takes me a second or two, and those seconds or two accumulate. I have to follow, I have to track across the page. So the first part of vision is called visual efficiency. How do I bring stuff in? And the second part is visual processing. What's visual processing? It's making sense of what we see. Okay? What does that mean? Well, if somebody's talking to you in English, you can pretty much understand. If they're British or Australian or from the South, it may take a little bit of effort to listen, but you can do it. If somebody's talking to you in Swahili, could you hear them? Could you understand them? Okay? Do you need a hearing aid? Okay? Visual processing is similar to auditory processing. There is central auditory processing dysfunction, and that's something that many of us know about, but relatively few know about visual processing dysfunction. I want you to read this. Okay, what did you just read? Anybody?
Paris.
Okay, so who saw I Like Paris in the Spring? Okay. And who saw I Like Paris in the Spring? Okay, so 2 out of 15. Okay? I like Paris in the spring. Don't get offended, it's not necessarily a good thing. Okay? Because if somebody sees in, then everything is equally important. The teacher talking to me is just as important as Johnny who just dropped his pencil, as that bird who flew past the window. Okay? We want to be able to see, like most of you did, and delete that out. That's processing. That's visual processing. You want to get rid of that extraneous information. Okay. Here too, about 20% of you will see this. Does anybody see what this is?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 out of 15. Does anybody else see this? You see this now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
Oh,
you see it
now.
now?
It's like, oh, now I see it.
Now, when we go back to this,
Now I see it, yeah.
it's hard not to see it.
Yeah.
What changed? Your processing.